What's up, guys? Monday, May 13th. Oh, the Phillies yesterday. What a heartbreaker, man. They had so many runs, so many chances to get those runs across. Blew a 3-run lead early. Cost us the parlay. That was just a heartbreaker yesterday. It is what it is. Looking to bounce back today. Still had a solid day yesterday, profitable yesterday. Just the parlay missed. Unfortunately, plus 2,700 goes down by 1. Hit 5 out of 6 legs. It is what it is. That's parlays for you. Anyways, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, drop your picks in the comments below. And I got a recap screen with the picks, the parlays. So stay tuned for the end of the video to get all of the actual plays breakdown recap. But let's go for the first game here. Let's go. All right, going to the 7:40 Eastern time slot first. Brewers, Pirates. The Pirates just played a tough series against the Cubs. Their bullpen is pretty taxed. 1-run games. They went into extra innings yesterday. Now you got Mitch Keller versus Colin Rea. Colin Rea, not my favorite pitcher for the Brewers, obviously, but I still think the Brewers have the advantage here. 1 in the bullpen and 2 with their lineup. Mitch Keller pitched a complete 9-inning game versus the Angels at home, his last outing. I don't expect him to go 9 innings here. If he did, that would be the only way I see the Pirates having the edge here because their bullpen is so used up, not having any rest and playing in those games versus the Cubs that I just don't see how they get this one done. Keller's given up home runs in, I think, 5 straight starts, 6 home runs overall this season. Colin Rea's last 2 starts has actually been not terrible. 10 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs altogether, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, no home runs. He did get rocked by the Yankees for 3 home runs, and he gave up 2 home runs to the Orioles, but much better hitting teams than Pittsburgh. I got to go with the Brewers here in this one. Slight favorites, minus 135 at time of recording. Honestly, I can see this closing at minus 160 at least. So give me Brewers money line here. I think I found them. The best line I found them, I think, was minus 133 so far, but it's probably not going to get much lower than that. So give me the Brewers here, money line. All right, I'm going to this game, and this is just a pure fade of the Texas Rangers here. This is the Rangers only scored 6 runs in 3 games at Colorado. Now they got to come back home, adjust from that high elevation, being in Coors Field. Their manager, Bruce, already said that the team is in a funk right now. Something's up with them. They're just not playing right. Their bat struggled. They hit 2 home runs in a home run-friendly park over 3 games. Corey Seager and Tavares were the only ones that hit home runs, but 6 runs over 3 games for the defending World Series champs against the worst team in the league in Coors Field is absolutely terrible. So I'm fading them in this situation. You got Tanner Bybee going against Lorenzen. Lorenzen, definitely not my favorite pitcher. He's been rocked before. Guardians have won 7 of the last 10 meetings between these teams, including the last time they met in September last year, winning 3 straight. I mean, obviously that was last year, and the Guardians being without Stephen Kwan does still hurt them, but I just can't get behind the Rangers right now. Michael Lorenzen, his last outing, 2 home runs given up in 6 innings. He got shelled versus the Athletics in Oakland. He's given up home runs in 4 straight starts. Don't really like him. Don't really love this Texas bullpen. Cleveland, they got a 4-run. They were up 4-0 early yesterday. So they didn't have to use as much of their bullpen as they would have if it was a closer game. They should have a little bit of the advantage there. Yesterday was a bullpen game basically for the Rangers. So I think the Guardians have the edge here. So you're getting plus money with them because it is the Rangers at home, defending World Series champions. But I'm going to fade Lorenzen. I'm going to fade this Rangers offense. So I'm going to take the Guardians here at slight plus money. All right, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to an Astros game. I'm laying the minus 1.5 here. It is plus 113, depending on where you look, but around at least plus money. If you're not getting plus money on it, I would not play it, but I'm getting plus money on this one. It's Ross Stripling and Spencer Arrighetti. Now, Arrighetti's definitely not my favorite pitcher by any means. He was rocked last time out versus the Yankees. 3 home runs given up. But he's also had a couple solid outings. That one outing versus Cleveland, only 2 earned runs, no home runs, 6 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. So there's times he can settle in. He pitches typically better in Houston. Ross Stripling, he can get hit like crazy. He got absolutely shelled versus the Rangers. He's been known to give up lots of hard contact and give up home runs versus an Astros team that can definitely get to him. Lots of the Astros hitting pretty good versus righties. I've mentioned this before. Altuve, Diaz, Jeremy Pena, Singleton, Alvarez, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker now has 8 home runs, batting .253 versus right-handed pitching. I could see Kyle Tucker hitting a home run here. I also could see Brent Rooker hitting a home run. He hit one yesterday in the Mariners game. He's now got 7 home runs versus righties, batting .316. Shea Langoliers 9 home runs, batting .259. So I don't mind a couple of those guys to potentially get home runs. This is Houston, so it's played in a dome, so we don't have any weather boost or anything. But even if the Athletics get a home run or two, I think the only way if the Astros win this game, I'm hoping, they usually win by multiple runs. Right now, they're batting .304 versus righties over the last five games. A's are actually not bad. They're batting .273. On the road, though, they're only batting .215 on the season, whereas the Astros are batting .263 overall at home. So I'm going to go with the Astros in this one. I think they can get to Ross Stripling. They usually win these games by multiple runs, so I think they win this game. And they should win this game comfortably. I hope, because if not, I'm probably not betting the Astros again all season. But they did win 2 of 3 in Detroit. Pretty much, I think they won both games by 3+ runs. Yesterday, they won by 6. So give me the Astros run line at home. All right, going to Arizona where the D-backs host the Reds. The D-backs did just sweep Cincinnati last week. 3-game series. They won all 3 games. So now the Reds come into Arizona in this one, trying to get some revenge here. We've seen this exact pitching matchup on May 8th. The thing for me here is the Reds used 6 relievers yesterday because Montas was only able to go just over 4 innings. They used 6 relievers, and they just aren't hitting the greatest versus left-handed pitching still. Outside of a couple guys, Elly De La Cruz specifically, Candelario not terrible. He did all right yesterday, but outside of that, Stuart Fairchild not terrible either. But those couple guys are the only ones that can really hit lefties. Jock Peterson, I like his numbers here. Ketel Marte, I also like him, and then Christian Walker, of course. Gurriel Jr. has decent numbers, not the greatest average. He obviously hits better versus lefties, but I don't like Graham Ashcraft near as much on the road. The D-backs know him pretty well. I think Jock Peterson could potentially get a home run here. I don't mind him at +475. But I am going for the D-backs to continue their dominance against this Reds team. Like I said, this exact pitching matchup, I think it favors the D-backs more at home. Montgomery wasn't terrible his last outing, but he didn't have a lot of strikeouts. He went deep enough in the game. Didn't really have much for walks. His strikeout numbers do kind of concern me a little bit, but I'm just hoping the D-backs offense can get to this Reds team that's hitting below 200 on the road. So that's kind of where I'm going with this one. The Reds have gotten a little bit better over the last few games, but their bullpen being taxed here, and I think the Reds have the worst. The D-backs have the better lineup, so I'm going to D-backs money line. Think they were -138, somewhere around there, likely moving up to -150, -160 again. So try to get the lowest number you can. I played them at -138. All right, going to Petco Park where the Padres host the Rockies. These teams did meet for a 4-game series already once this season. That was in Colorado. They split that series 2 games each. Coming into this one, the Padres have won 7 of the last 10 meetings. We've seen these two pitchers face off April 25th in Colorado. Dakota Hudson went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 5 walks, 3 2/3 innings, and gave up 5 walks, 4 earned runs on 5 hits. He didn't give up any home runs there, which was surprising, but he didn't go too deep into that game. He got rocked pretty early. Vasquez went 4 1/3 innings, had 6 strikeouts, and gave up only a solo home run, was the only earned run he gave up. Now the Padres get the Rockies at home. Rockies just came off, I think they've won now 4 games in a row. They just, like I said, swept the Rangers. I don't expect them to continue what they're doing, especially on the road. I like playing the Rockies more at home. I've said it before. Going into San Diego here, I don't think the Rockies are going to have a good time in this one. I think also Luis Arias wasn't in the lineup for the Padres in that game. I think the Padres get a nice win here. I think they can score at least 5 runs. So I think we see a Padres team total over 4.5. I also think we see a run early in this game. So I'm going yes run first inning. But I think the Padres get a nice win in this one and they score 5 or more runs. I think they can limit what the Rockies do in this one. I don't like Dakota Hudson. He was supposed to start yesterday. He got moved to today. Honestly, this Padres team is just too deep to give this one up to Dakota Hudson here. With the Padres, all their guys hit righties better. Jake Cronenworth, 7 home runs, batting .322. Tatis Jr., who hit a home run yesterday, 7 home runs, batting .282. You got Machado's got 3 home runs, batting .254. Jurickson Profar, 3 home runs, batting .333. Luis Arias batting .340 with a 2.8% K rate. So he should get some hits. He doesn't really strike out. I expect this Padres team to feast off Dakota Hudson at home. Even if they're not mashing a bunch of home runs, I still think they can get enough runs here to cover this pretty easily. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Tatis, Machado, maybe Cronenworth. I could see all 3 of those guys hitting home runs here. So give me the Padres, Rockies, yes runs first inning. The Padres team total over 4.5. I think the Padres win this game too. So, all right, final game we're going to look at is the Dodgers-Giants game. The Dodgers have won 4 straight meetings versus the Giants, including 8 of the last 10 meetings. They met once this season. Dodgers swept the 3-game series. It's supposed to. I handicapped this one with Gavin Stone here, but I'm seeing Yamamoto some places, so make sure you double check that. Either way, I still like the Dodgers in this one, even though they're struggling versus right-handed pitching recently. It was in the Petco Park in that series. They couldn't hit Michael King to save their lives. Honestly, the Giant bullpen concerns me. They just played a game where they managed to come back from down 3 or 4 runs, whatever it was, versus the Reds, but I don't like their chances here. The Dodgers just got shut out yesterday. I think they bounced back, so I'm going to go with I think the Dodgers team total over 3.5 and the Padres team total over 3.5. You can put those 2 together, you get plus 120. I was going to play the Dodgers team total over 4.5 at minus 110, but I kind of don't mind this one just as a little bit of insurance. I mean, we've seen a couple of the games earlier what they've scored. We've seen 2 5-4 games the last meetings, and then we've seen an 8-3 game, 5-2 in previous 6-2. Only one of the last 8 games that the Dodgers have won, they've scored 3 runs. So every game that they've won, they've scored. Other than that one, they've scored 5+ runs. So usually they put runs up on this Giants team. I expect them to bounce back after a shutout outing yesterday. I don't want to lay the run line with them just because we have seen 1-run games, and I don't love laying juice with run lines, even though it is a away team. But I think they can do enough here. Freddie Freeman's got 4 home runs, batting .352 versus righties. Max Muncy's got 7 home runs, batting .261. Shohei Ohtani, 8 home runs, batting .376. Teoscar Hernandez, 6 home runs, batting .236. And then you got Padres, Outman, Hernandez. Mookie Betts, 5 home runs, batting .317. All those guys are all decent numbers versus righties. So I think the Dodgers can get over 3.5 runs, and the Padres can get over 3.5 runs for a nice little plus money parlay. All right, here's your recap screen. We're going to go Brewers money line, minus 133. I think I said around there. The Guardians money line, fading the Rangers here. Astros on the run line. They better get an easy win today. D-backs money line. I'm expecting them to continue raking. They just came off a big win yesterday in Baltimore, hoping that they come back home and continue that. Padres team total over 4.5 for the full game. I'm pretty sure they can put up 5 runs versus Dakota Hudson in this Rockies bullpen that had to use quite a few guys in that series versus the Rangers. And I also think we see a run in the first inning. Dodgers, Padres, Astros, 3-team money line parlay gets you 2 plus 257. Dodgers team total over 3.5. Padres team total over 3.5 at plus 120. And then the long shot parlay here: the Guardians plus 1.5, the Brewers money line, Astros money line, D-backs money line, Padres money line, Dodgers money line. Six games, basically five money lines, and as long as the Guardians don't lose, hoping the Guardians just win that game outright. Like I took the Guardians already, so hoping these all six teams we get a comfortable, easy win. Start the Monday off with a bang, hit some parlays, cash some tickets, and bounce back from that brutal Phillies loss yesterday. Some other games that I was looking at, I just don't love some of the lines. I think that Cubs game is kind of a trap line. I was leaning to the Cubs with Imanaga, but I don't trust the Cubs bullpen after that series with Pittsburgh. I think Atlanta. I don't love the Sunday night angle. Have they played last night and had to travel? But I don't love the Cubs bullpen either. So I think it's a kind of a trap line with the Cubs as big plus money. And I was looking at the Nationals White Sox game. Was going to look at the Nationals, but that game looks like it might get rained out. So I just decided to stay away from it. Other than that, not really looking at anything else. That St. Louis Angels game. St. Louis looks to be going with a bullpen game. Angels as a pick-em. Two teams that are struggling. Don't really have a side that I want either way there. And then the Kansas City-Seattle game, I just don't love that one either. Other than that, don't really have a lot. The Rays, Red Sox, I mean, the Rays typically own the Red Sox. I don't mind the Rays, but I like Eflin better at home. And then the Phillies-Mets, I lean to the Phillies. The Mets are just terrible versus left-handed pitching right now. The Miami-Detroit game, don't love either side of that. Detroit, big favorites. Sixto Sanchez, though, I don't like for Miami. I think Detroit there, but again, I don't love it. And then the Toronto-Baltimore game, Barrios has been pretty good other than one shoddy start. Don't love the Orioles as much versus a righty. We seen it yesterday. They got owned. But, yeah, I just can't get one way or another. I don't want to lay minus 180 with the Orioles either on that one. So, anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Best of luck as always. Let's cash a parlay. Yesterday, like I said, was a heartbreaker with the Phillies. But don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications on. I'll give you this one quick recap for you guys. As always, good luck today. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.